Can the millennials and those who say they won't vote possibly be swayed this Wednesday night? Let's ask Democratic strategist and Donald Trump supporter, Harlan. All right, good evening, Harlan. What is it going to take to get the millennials out on Election Day, and will the debate on Wednesday make a difference?
Well, look, I mean, we want to hear a focus on issues. What we've gotten over the last 4 weeks has been just more slinging around in the mud. I mean, if I hear another reference to some accuser on either side, I'm going to lose my mind. We have literally the Middle East is falling apart. Our economy's on the brink. It's growing at 1%. And there's zero discussion in the mainstream media on these issues. And even on serious issues of the candidate's character, like with WikiLeaks, there's almost zero coverage in the mainstream media there either. And so it's really frustrating as a millennial. I mean, I'm still somewhat optimistic that we can fix and face these problems, but there's no sense of urgency.
Well, I think the American people are, fed up as well. Yeah. But it's what the candidates are doing to each other. And there's no question in the history of American politics, there's never been two candidates less like than these two. And my question is, I mean, is this voter fatigue? Is it something that, causes the electorate to not come out at all? Or to come out and with even more energy? I mean, what does it cause them to do?
Yeah, I mean, there are two things at play here. One is Hillary Clinton's trying to run out the clock. And two, she's trying to drive down voter turnout as low as she can. And we know that when elections go negative, voter turnout also falls. And so, look, it's a two-pronged strategy, and I think that she's going to be very successful in driving on both of those fronts. But Donald Trump's got to combat it by taking this back to the issues. When you look at the polling, he beats her on ISIS. He beats her on the economy. He beats her on immigration. People want to hear about these issues. And Donald Trump needs to look right into the camera, and he needs to say, if you want more illegal immigration, vote for Hillary Clinton. If you want to let the threat of ISIS metastasize, vote for Hillary Clinton. If you want more economic growth, growing at 1%, vote for Hillary Clinton. If he doesn't translate that message to the debate, I think that he's going to miss his window of opportunity. This debate is his last stand. It's his last stand.
Do you think that he's disciplined enough to do that, Harlan?
Oh, well, luckily, after the last debate, there was a glimpse of hope. He took on Hillary Clinton in a way that I think that a lot of people have wanted to, both Democrat and Republican, for decades. And he had the guts to face her and stare her down and call her out on her illegal activities, her duplicity, her lies. And I think that if he can combine the guts with the promise of of discipline, I think that he could have a good night. I'm hopeful.
Your generation, Harlan, is the social media generation. I mean, they understand, social media and emails and everything that's going on in technology better than anyone. And with WikiLeaks and all of the disclosures that we've been hearing about that have been somewhat submerged based on all of these sexual allegations against Donald Trump, you would think that the millennials would kind of have an ear to those complaints and all of the allegations now against Hillary Clinton, and would be more in tune to, the complaints of, for example, the FBI being told, we'll give you people if you declassify this to give Hillary a break, and Hillary calling, the Latinos needy and the Catholics, backwards, and all of the other stuff that we're hearing about, that they would be in tune with that. Do you think that they are?
Well, unfortunately, I don't think that most millennials, I don't think most people my age are actually even paying attention to this. I think that they've tuned it out, and that's been deliberate in part because Hillary Clinton couldn't carry the millennials in the Democratic primary. They overwhelmingly supported or they elected to stay home. She knew that she couldn't win that demographic, and so she's tried to suppress us in terms of turnout. And look, if we were paying attention to the issues, and this was a massive turnout year for millennials like it was in 2008 and 2012, I think that a lot of millennials would be paying attention to the WikiLeaks. But unfortunately, I talked to a lot of my friends, and they haven't even heard about this, frankly. Yeah.
All right, Harlan Hill. We'll see what happens. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
All right. And I asked Catholics about the WikiLeaks emails at St. Patrick's Cathedral. Coming up. And next, pastor and Donald Trump supporter Mark Burns joins me live.